Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to cope with a year of social distancing. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm super happy to have you here. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with our weekly videos on mental health related topics and helpful coping skills for you to apply in your own everyday lives. My name is Gabriel Arroyo, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist located in Southern California. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to cope with a year of social distancing due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So for my wife and I, we just hit our year mark. We started a little bit earlier during quarantine just to be safe, once again because I'm considered high risk with having type 1 diabetes. So we have officially hit our full year of social distancing, staying at home with the very, very few exceptions of us leaving our home. But we genuinely stay at home throughout the entire year, every day. So talk a little bit about what we've done to cope with that realization of we've been stuck at home for a year, which I'm sure many of you have been experiencing, and the feelings that go with that. The biggest thing that I think that we felt, or the thing that I hear a lot in my practice, is just that loss of hope. People start questioning and start feeling like, wow, there's really no end in sight. Like a year is a long time. Whereas at the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of people were optimistic of like, oh, it's gonna just be a few months. And then it came like, oh, well, hopefully before holiday season comes up. And now boom, we're in 2021, and it's been a full year since this pandemic has affected us all and has been forcing us to quarantine or practice social distancing. So with that year, the biggest thing that we do, and that I advise my clients that are starting to question that or feel that angst of no end in sight, or wow, it's been a year with potentially another year or longer to come, is just being hopeful about it. Hopeful, right? There is an end goal in mind. So we have to reframe that and being hopeful that there is an ending of this and that we are all doing this together. Right? This isn't a unique situation for any individual person or family. We're all experiencing this. Some people experience it differently than others, and some people are having a harder or an easier time with it. But once again, it's just reframing and thinking positively of the hope of when this is going to end or change. So with that, positive reframes that work for us are all the enjoyment that we have during this social distancing. So we shared in a previous video of how we got married during the quarantine. So that was a beautiful thing, and it was an amazing experience that we get to share and remember for the rest of our lives of how we did have our wedding during this quarantine. But also the other parts that we get to do while social distancing, we're connecting with more of our family more regularly, not in person, but through digital means. So we're connecting with more of our friends, more of our family, more of our loved ones that we probably wouldn't be that in touch with. So once again, Zoom calls regularly, the distance, game nights, things like that. We're connecting more that way. And then for me, when pre-pandemic, I was working maybe 12 to 14 hour days where I was away from the home. So now, I mean, I get to stay in my beautiful home and enjoy that time with my wife. So I look at the positives of that. It's allowed me to do these YouTube videos and grow my practice and help more people, which I'm all about. So that's how I reframe, and that's how my wife reframes, of looking at the positives that we've got to enjoy during social distancing. So I'm curious to hear about what you've enjoyed during social distancing and what you're getting out of the experience. So once again, it's all about the positive reframe and looking at the hope of when this will potentially end and where we could adjust. And what kind of adjustments have you experienced with growing with the social distance? I think that has changed a lot for like education and businesses. It's allowing us to think outside the box. Relationships, it's allowing us to once again connect with people that we probably wouldn't connect with at least a little bit more through technology. Once again, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with our weekly videos on mental health related topics and helpful coping skills for you to apply in your own everyday lives. Thank you.